remember your first email? Anybody remember the first email? Now, if you're a baby boomer, you should, because that's really when it came around. Okay, but we've used it so much that you probably don't think about it. How many of you remember your first computer? Okay, a few more heads are popping up at this, right? How many of you cannot imagine life without a cell phone? The younger generation is going to raise their hand on that one. Absolutely. Right? So technology is driving this change, and we're not our parents' companies anymore. Okay? We've evolved. We've changed a lot, and we're going to take a little exploration to understand where we are going. We have to understand where we came from. Okay? And when you think of our parents' parents or our parents' parents, depending on how old you are, they grew up in a time where it was the industrial management style. Okay? And what the industrial management style was almost a military style. Okay? It was the manager pretty much told you what you were going to do. And what did you do? You did it. I tell you to, I'm your manager, I tell you to jump, you say, how high? Absolutely. Did you argue with me? Did you debate with me? Did you collaborate with me on it? Probably not. Okay? Were there even women in the workforce during this era? Yeah, very little. And if they were in a workforce, were they in management? No. Yeah, probably not. Would you even see a CEO that was a woman? Or any ethnic minority for that matter too. In this country, probably not. You'd be a little bit challenged. So the industrial management style worked really well at that particular time. But we evolved because the generations started to change, and the baby boomers came into the workplace, and we shifted from that military industrial management style, and we moved to what you see up there is a behavioral style. Okay, so when you think of the industrial style of management, think employer-centered. Okay, everything was about the employer. Okay, the employer wasn't overly concerned with safety. The employers weren't overly concerned with anything beyond the bottom line. Okay, workers were probably an inventory item more so than how they're looked at today, back in the industrial management style. Now we took a turn and we moved to the behavioral style, which became more employee-centric. So we started to look at employee behaviors and what do managers need to do to motivate employees, to excite employees about work, and we saw some more collaboration coming into the workforce. Okay? Then we've taken that, in some situations we're still there, okay? There's still elements of it left, but now we're moving to an entirely new era of management. Okay? We're moving to the knowledge era. The management in the future, we're not going to be behavioral managers, we're not going to be industrial managers, we're all going to be knowledge workers. Okay? And one author, he wrote the book, Not Everyone Gets a Trophy. Excellent book if you get a chance to read it. Bruce Tolgan. He defines the knowledge worker as if you work hard to leverage information, technique, and ideas in your job, then you are a knowledge worker. And what I take away from that definition is that doing your job is not a knowledge worker. Exceeding at your job is a knowledge worker. Not only exceeding at your job by recognizing the standard and going beyond the standard, but being able to take your entire work group with you. Once you understand how to do something and how to do it efficiently, effectively, faster, better than you ever did it before, it's up to you as a knowledge worker to share that information with every coworker in your organization so that they can do it just as efficient, just as effective, if not even faster. And that synergy starts to create momentum like we've never seen before. We start seeing exponential improvements in our workforce. Okay, so that's where we are today, and that's where we're moving forward in the future. We're moving forward to knowledge workers. When you look at all the technology and all the tools that are available for us out there, most of what we do is based around our ability to gather information. Okay, we've got great tools out there. We can find the answer to just about anything we want to find the answer to, right? Just type it into Google or Yahoo or any of the search engines. What's the newest one by Microsoft? Bing. Type it into Bing. You'll get an answer to your question. Not only will you get one answer, depending on the type of question you ask, you're probably going to get a million answers on that particular question stated a million different ways. There's almost not an excuse to not get it right these days because the right answer's out there somewhere. We just have to take it from digital form and we have to convert it to something that we understand and that we can implement in the workforce. That's what managers are doing now that are ahead of the curve. Okay? Hopefully by the end of the seminar, you're going to feel like you're in that group too. And you're going to want to move ahead of the curve. You're not going to settle for just the behavioral management style, or if you're still in the industrial management style, because some organizations are still there. If you're there, maybe you're the one that's going to help forge the future for your organization to move to the knowledge era.